Okay, so are you ready to dive into some serious millennial money talk?
Always ready. Hit me with it.
Well, today we're cracking open Erin Lowry's Broke Millennial.
Yeah.
And, you know,
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
yeah, it is. And we're
Yeah.
going to see if we can't, like, extract some serious wisdom
Mm,
about conquering,
yeah.
those financial anxieties
For sure.
that I think so many of us,
So many, especially
millennials,
millennials. Yeah.
millennials feel, yeah.
Yep.
And one thing that really struck me early on in the book was how much our childhood experiences
Uh,
actually shape
totally.
your relationship with money as adults.
Oh, yeah. It's like, you don't even realize it. You think you're making all these rational adult decisions.
Right.
But really, it's like those money ghosts from your past are like
Totally. Yeah.
whispering in your ear.
It's so true. Like Lowry talks about freaking out over spending $5 on a latte,
Uh-huh.
even when she like clearly could afford it.
Right. Right.
And she had this like, I can't afford that
Yeah.
mantra playing on repeat in her head, which actually
Right.
cost her experiences.
Makes sense.
And I was reading that and I was like, oh my gosh,
I know, right?
how many times have I done that?
Seriously, so many times.
Talk myself out of something because of that, like,
Yeah, it's that like ingrained
an ingrained mindset.
Totally. Yeah.
Like it's always there lurking.
Yeah. So she calls this our money blueprint. And I thought this was such a cool concept.
Yeah.
And she outlines like these three scenarios that millennials often fall into. The first one is where money was basically taboo growing up.
Yeah, like we don't talk about money family,
It's
right?
exactly, yeah. Like you knew the bills were getting paid,
Yeah.
but you never really saw the inner workings.
Right.
So no wonder talking about money feels so
Awkward.
for some people.
Totally.
Yeah.
And then there's the opposite, right?
Okay.
Like growing up with this sense of abundance.
But maybe your parents were actually like living beyond their means.
Yeah.
And then that can totally set you up for a reality check.
A rude awakening.
Yeah, a rude awakening when you're on your own
For sure.
and trying to figure it all out.
It's like thinking you inherited this fortune
Uh-huh. Right.
only to find out it's like,
All IOUs.
yeah, all I owe you.
Yeah, credit card bills.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then the third scenario is the frugal family,
Uh-huh.
which Lowry experienced herself.
Yeah.
Where you're so good at saving
Yeah.
that spending even on like necessities
Right.
feels almost wrong.
Feels guilty.
Yeah. Guilty.
You're betraying your upbringing.
Totally. So what does all this psychology stuff have to do with like
Well, that's the thing.
actually managing money?
It's all connected. It's not just about the numbers. It's about
Yeah.
understanding the why behind your habits.
Right.
Like once you can recognize those patterns,
Right. So
you can start to break free from them.
step one is self-awareness.
Exactly. Know thyself.
Okay, I can get behind that.
Yeah.
But then how do we actually know
Okay, so
where we stand financially? Like,
Yeah.
is there some kind of measuring stick?
there is. That's where Lowry's financial benchmarks come in.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like a financial health checkup.
Love it.
So one of the most important ones is the emergency fund ratio.
Okay.
Basically having 3 to 6 months of living expenses stashed away.
Okay, wait, rewind. Why 3 to 6 months?
Yeah, good question.
Like, what if you're someone who has like zero debt
Right.
and a super stable job?
It's all about having a buffer. You know, life throws curveballs. Job loss,
Okay.
medical bills,
Yeah.
your car deciding to spontaneously combust.
Uh-huh.
You don't want to be caught off guard.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah,
So if you're freelancing
exactly.
or you have like a ton of debt,
Yeah, or dependence, anything like that.
right, you might adjust that target, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
It's not one size fits all. You tailor it to your own situation.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah,
So, emergency fund, check.
check.
What's next on our financial health checklist?
Okay, so next up is the retirement savings ratio.
Retirement.
Ugh. And this is where it gets really interesting. Like, we're talking compound interest.
Right.
Even small amounts invested consistently over time can snowball into significant wealth.
Okay, hold on. I'm still paying off student loans. I'm barely making rent.
Yeah,
Retirement feels like a lifetime away.
I hear you. I hear you.
Yeah.
But that's exactly why starting early, even with a small amount, is so powerful.
Okay.
Compound interest is like a financial time machine.
Whoa.
The earlier you start,
Okay.
the more time it has to work its magic.
Okay.
And Lowry has some really compelling examples in the book that really bring this concept to life.
All right. I'm starting to see the light.
Yeah.
So, emergency fund, retirement savings. What else?
Okay, so next we've got the debt to income ratio, or DTI for short. This basically tells you how much of your income is going towards debt payments each month.
Okay. Lower is better, obviously.
Right,
But, like,
yeah.
how low is low enough?
So Lowry provides a really simple formula for calculating your DTI.
Okay.
And she really stresses that maintaining a healthy DTI is crucial
Right.
to avoid getting trapped in a debt spiral.
Debt spiral sounds terrifying.
It can be.
Okay, so emergency fund, retirement savings, DTI, anything else?
One more big one, net worth.
Okay.
This is the big picture of your financial health.
All right.
It's your assets minus your liabilities.
Okay, so assets are what you own
Exactly.
and liabilities are what you owe.
You got it.
Got it.
So calculating your net worth can be a real eye-opener.
Okay.
It shows you your true financial standing.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and helps you make informed decisions about your money.
And don't worry, we'll make sure you have all the resources to calculate your own benchmarks after this deep dive. Knowledge is power.
Absolutely. Information is key.
Okay, so now let's move on to something that often sparks dread, I think.
Ooh, yeah.
Budgeting.
Budgeting.
But trust me, it's not as scary as it sounds.
Not at all.
It's not.
Promise.
Yeah, because budgeting always felt to me like this restrictive diet for your money. Like,
Yes.
goodbye fun, hello financial misery.
Oh, yeah.
But Lowry argues that it's not about deprivation.
Exactly.
It's about making conscious choices, which I really like.
It's about being intentional.
Totally.
Yeah.
So she's got this whole like toolbox of budgeting methods to fit different personalities.
It's true. You got to find what works for you.
Okay, so let's hear about some of these.
Okay, so there's the cash diet. Pretty self-explanatory. You allocate cash for each category.
Okay.
And once it's gone, it's gone.
Wow, that's intense.
It is.
What if you're like a visual person?
Okay, well, then there's the envelope system.
Okay.
You literally stuff cash into labeled envelopes
Uh-huh.
for things like groceries, entertainment.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
It is, it is.
Yeah, it's like a visual reminder
Yeah.
where your money's going.
Exactly.
But what if you're more of a tech person?
Well, there's always the percentage budgeting method where you allocate fixed percentages of your income to different categories.
Oh.
Like the 50-30-20 rule, you know that one?
I've heard of that.
Yeah, 50% to needs, 30% to wants,
Okay, yeah.
and 20% to savings and debt repayment.
Oh.
Because that's a popular one.
Okay, so that seems a little more manageable.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, but what if you like to know exactly where every single dollar is going?
Okay. So for those super detailed folks,
Uh-huh.
there's the zero-sum budgeting method.
Okay.
And that's where you give every dollar a job
Good job.
until you're left with zero.
Zero.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's really great for freelancers or anyone with a variable income.
So it's like this puzzle where you're fitting all the pieces together
Totally.
to like create this complete picture of your finances.
Yeah.
I like it.
It's satisfying, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But with all these different methods,
Right.
how do you actually choose the right one?
The key is to find what fits your personality and spending habits.
Okay.
Larry gives some good guidance on how to do that
Okay.
based on your own needs and preferences.
Okay, awesome. Budgeting decoded.
Decoded.
Now let's talk about something that often gets a bad rap.
Ew, yeah.
Credit cards.
Credit cards.
Are they friend or foe?
That is the million-dollar question.
It is.
But Lowry actually busts the myth
Okay.
that credit cards are inherently evil.
Okay, good.
They can be powerful tools for building credit and earning rewards,
Yeah.
but only if used responsibly.
Okay, so what's the secret to wielding this like credit card power responsibly?
The golden rule is to pay your balance in full and on time every single month.
Every single month.
This helps you build good credit history and avoid those dreaded interest charges.
Makes sense, but why are those interest charges so scary?
Well, because credit card companies make money through those charges and fees.
Okay.
So it's in their best interest to keep you in debt.
Right.
Lowry really delves into some of the tactics they use to entice you to spend more.
Okay.
And she provides some great strategies for avoiding common traps.
So it's like this financial game where you need to know the rules to come out ahead.
Totally.
But how do we play this credit card game strategically?
Okay, so Lowry offers some really practical tips.
Right.
Like choosing a no-fee card,
All right.
keeping your utilization below 30%,
Okay.
and regularly monitoring your credit score.
Okay, I'm starting to feel more confident about using credit cards wisely.
Good.
But how do credit scores actually work?
Oh, it's like this secret code
Okay.
that lenders use to assess your credit worthiness.
Okay.
A higher score generally means lower risk,
Yeah.
which can translate into better interest rates on loans.
So it's like a financial GPA that reflects your financial responsibility.
Yeah.
But what factors influence the score?
So Lowry breaks it down really well,
Oh, right.
explaining the importance of payment history,
Right.
credit utilization, credit mix, the length of your credit history.
So it's not just about paying your bills on time. There's a whole ecosystem
The whole complex.
that play.
Yes.
And speaking of things that can feel like a heavyweight,
Oh, yeah.
let's talk about debt.
Debt, the big D.
It can be a huge emotional burden, especially
For millennials?
for millennials, yeah.
Yeah.
Grappling with student loans.
Oh, student loans, yeah.
So Lowry acknowledges this, and she offers strategies for conquering this debt monster.
Strategies, yes.
So how do we slay this beast?
So first we got to understand the different types of debt.
Okay.
So Lowry explains the difference between consumer debt,
Okay.
like credit cards, and what she calls good debt,
Good debt.
like student loans, yeah. Both require strategic management.
Right.
And she presents these two popular repayment methods, the debt snowball and the debt avalanche.
Ooh, I've heard of these.
Yeah, they're popular for a reason.
Remind me, what's the difference?
Okay, so the debt snowball, that focuses on paying off the smallest balances first to kind of build momentum and motivation.
Okay.
It's like those video games where you start with easier levels to gain confidence.
I like that analogy.
It works?
What about the debt avalanche?
Okay, so that one prioritizes paying off the dets with the highest interest rates first.
Okay.
So that saves you money in the long run.
So it's like tackling the biggest, scariest monster first to like clear the path for the rest.
Exactly, yeah.
Lowry provides like detailed instructions for both methods and even shares real-life examples.
Yeah, she does a great job of breaking it all down.
This is starting to feel like we're actually getting somewhere.
We are.
But even while tackling debt, we can't forget about saving.
Oh, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Saving is crucial.
Yeah.
Lowry is a huge advocate for the pay yourself first mentality.
Okay.
Even small, consistent savings add up over time.
It's like that saying, little drops of water make a mighty ocean.
Exactly. It's all about consistency.
But where do we even start with saving when we're already stretched so thin?
Okay, so Lowry offers some practical tips like automating deposits, cutting unnecessary expenses,
Right.
using windfalls like tax refunds to boost your savings.
Okay.
She also provides realistic guidelines for emergency fund goals tailored to different situations.
Okay, I'm feeling empowered to tackle this savings thing.
Good.
But there's this one big question, I think looming for many millennials, the rent versus buy dilemma.
Oh, the age-old question.
It is.
To rent or to buy?
Should we be throwing money at rent or trying to get on that property ladder?
That is the million-dollar question, and we'll unpack both sides of that argument
After a quick break.
after a quick break.
Okay, so stay tuned because things are about to get really interesting.
Oh, yeah, buckle up. All right, so let's say you're tired of throwing money at rent every month.
Yeah.
And you're wondering if it's time to, join the homeowners club.
Yeah.
It's a big decision.
It is.
And Lowry doesn't sugarcoat it.
Okay.
But what's interesting is that she doesn't just, jump on the buy bandwagon.
Right.
She actually lays out scenarios where renting might be the smarter move.
Okay. Yeah. Like if you're a digital nomad hopping from city to city,
Exactly.
chasing new adventures.
Yeah, or if you're in a super expensive city.
Right.
And you're still, climbing the career ladder.
Right.
Renting might give you more financial wiggle room.
Makes sense.
To save aggressively for that future down payment.
Yeah. And let's not forget about the joys of calling the landlord when the toilet decides to stage a revolt.
Oh, totally.
Homeownership comes with a
Responsibility.
whole lot of responsibility
Yeah.
and potential expenses beyond that mortgage payment.
So true. So true.
Speaking of hidden costs,
Yeah.
Lowry throws some serious shade at those who only focus on the down payment
Yeah.
when figuring out how much house they can afford.
It's like getting lured in by a flashy sale price,
Yeah.
only to find out there are a zillion hidden fees at checkout.
Exactly.
Not cool.
Not cool.
So she brings in this real estate guru, Scott Trench,
Okay.
who flips the script completely.
Yeah.
His philosophy is to minimize your housing expenses as much as possible.
So instead of how much house can I get?
Yeah.
It's more like, How can I hack this housing thing
Yes.
to achieve financial freedom faster?
Totally.
I like that.
And Trench is all about walking the walk, not just talking the talk.
Okay.
He bought a fixer-upper duplex,
Uh-huh.
lived in one unit, rented out the other,
Okay.
and basically supercharged his equity growth.
Okay, that's a serious power move.
It is. It is.
It's inspiring to see that homeownership can be a path to building wealth, even for us millennials.
Yeah.
But before we all go rushing to buy fixer-uppers,
Right.
Lowry reminds us that those mortgage details can be tricky.
Oh, yeah.
Putting less than 20% down
Yeah.
can lead to higher interest rates.
Private mortgage insurance.
Private mortgage insurance. Oh, fun.
Yeah, all that fun stuff.
And other fun surprises.
Exactly.
And don't even get me started on the different types of mortgages out there.
Oh my gosh, so many.
Fixed rate, adjustable rate.
Yeah, it's overwhelming.
It's enough to make your head spin.
Totally.
Lowry does a good job of breaking it all down, though, right?
Oh yeah, she does.
Okay, good.
She even throws in this handy checklist of red flags
Okay.
to watch out for when house hunting.
Okay.
Like that suspiciously absent AC unit
Right.
or the lingering scent of mildew.
Uh-huh.
Those could be signs of bigger problems.
Yeah, it's like those dating red flags,
Totally.
but for houses.
Yes.
You know, the ones you try to ignore because you're already smitten.
Yeah.
But deep down, you know, they're bad news.
So,
Okay, let's shift gears from houses
okay.
to those awkward money moments we all encounter
Oh yeah, they're the best.
with friends and loved ones.
The worst.
Splitting the bill, navigating different income levels,
Mm-hmm.
the dreaded money talk. Lowry tackles it all
She does.
with humor and some surprisingly practical advice.
I love that about her.
Yeah.
She makes it so relatable.
So relatable.
Yeah.
That's
So
it.
I love how she starts with like dining out with friends because
Yeah.
that's where things can get really sticky.
A sticky situation.
Yeah. Should you split evenly or itemize?
Right.
What if someone orders the lobster while you're sticking to a salad budget?
Right. It's like this social minefield.
It is. It is.
And let's be real, no one wants to be that friend who is
Right.
like nickel and diming everyone.
Nobody wants to be that person.
So what does Lowry say?
Okay, so her solution is so simple but brilliant.
Okay.
Set expectations up front.
Yeah.
Have a quick chat before you even order about how you prefer to handle the bill.
Okay.
No more awkwardness or resentment later.
It's like those pre-first date conversations,
Totally.
but about money
Yeah.
instead of like relationship history.
Exactly.
And what if your friends suggest an outing that's way beyond your budget?
Yeah.
Instead of like caving or feeling like a social outcast,
Right.
Lowry encourages offering cheaper alternatives.
Yeah.
Suggest a potluck,
A picnic.
a picnic, a free concert.
Yeah.
There are tons of fun things to do
Sure.
that don't break the bank.
Exactly.
I love that she emphasizes that being honest about your financial limitations
Yeah.
doesn't have to mean sacrificing your social life.
You can still have fun without going broke.
And speaking of avoiding awkwardness,
Yes.
let's not forget about technology.
Technology is our friend.
Apps like Venmo or Splitwise can be lifesavers
Lifesavers.
for seamless bill splitting.
For sure.
No more like IOU debts
Right.
lingering for months.
Yeah, that's the worst.
Creating that weird financial tension in your friend group.
It's so uncomfortable.
So uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Okay, but what about the big kahuna,
Oh, yeah.
a money talk
The money talk.
with your significant
Oh,
other?
that's a big one.
That's a whole other level of awkward.
For sure.
So how do we navigate that?
Okay, so Lowry stresses the importance of having this conversation early on,
Oh.
even if it feels uncomfortable.
Right.
Transparency is key to building a strong financial foundation as a couple.
So we're talking full disclosure.
Yes.
Income, debt, savings goals.
All of it.
The whole 9 yards.
The whole 9 yards.
Okay.
Yeah.
But what if you're not ready to merge bank accounts
Yeah.
or create a joint budget?
Okay, that's a good question.
Is it still important to have those early conversations?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Even if you prefer to keep your finances separate, discussing your overall approach to money can help you assess compatibility and avoid potential conflicts down the road.
It's like those relationship check-ins. But with bank statements
Mm-hmm.
instead of rose petals.
And Lowry gets real about the darker side of money and relationships, too.
Okay.
Financial abuse and infidelity.
Those are some heavy topics.
They are.
I'm glad she doesn't shy away from them.
No, she doesn't. She gets right in there.
Yeah.
So she defines financial abuse as a form of control,
Okay.
where one partner restricts the other's access to money
Okay.
or sabotages their financial well-being.
It's a serious issue.
It is.
And often intertwined with other forms of abuse,
Yeah.
which makes it even more difficult
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
victims to leave.
For sure.
Yeah, that's a really important point.
It is.
So Lowry provides resources and advice for those experiencing this,
Yeah.
emphasizing the importance of seeking help and support.
Absolutely. There's help out there.
Yeah. And she also discusses financial infidelity, which can range from small hidden purchases
Yeah.
to larger, more damaging secrets like,
Secret accounts, gambling debts.
yeah, gambling debts.
Yeah.
It's a betrayal of trust
It is.
that can have devastating consequences
Yeah.
for a relationship.
For sure.
Yeah.
Lowry offers guidance on recognizing the signs
Right.
and addressing the underlying issues.
Okay, so once you've had those initial money talks
Right.
and established that foundation of trust,
Yeah.
how do you actually approach financial planning as a couple?
Lowry encourages couples to define their shared financial goals.
Okay.
Buying a home, traveling the world,
Right.
starting a business.
Yeah.
Those big picture aspirations that can shape your decisions.
Like creating a shared vision board,
Totally.
but for your financial future.
Yeah, I love that.
Okay, I like that.
She also suggests creating a budget together,
Okay.
outlining both shared and individual expenses.
Okay.
This helps ensure transparency
Right.
and prevents those, like, where did all the money go?
Fair.
Arguments.
Okay.
And don't forget those regular check-ins,
Important.
like those relationship check-ins,
Yeah.
but with spreadsheets
The spreadsheet.
and bank statements.
Bank statements.
Just at candlelight and wine.
Yeah, exactly.
And if things get too complicated,
Okay.
or you need expert guidance,
Yeah.
seeking professional help like a financial therapist or a
Good.
fee-only financial planner can be incredibly valuable.
Okay, we've covered budgeting,
Credit cards,
debt, credit cards, relationships. Feels like we've tackled all the major money monsters.
Oh, the big ones.
But there's one biggie left. Investing.
Investing.
It feels so intimidating, like
Yeah.
something only rich people or Wall Street geniuses understand.
Totally.
So how do we even begin to, like, wrap our heads around this?
Well, Lowry totally gets that.
Okay.
She dedicates a whole section to demystifying investing
Okay.
and retirement planning,
Okay.
making it accessible even for beginners.
Okay. I like that.
So she starts by addressing those common investing fears,
Okay.
like the idea that it's just gambling
Right.
or that you need a ton of money to get started.
Yeah. Those are definitely the thoughts that hold a lot of people back.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So Lowry emphasizes that investing is a long-term game,
Right.
not a get-rich-quick scheme.
Okay.
And she highlights the power of compound interest,
Compound interest. There it is again.
which she describes as a financial time machine.
I'm starting to see a pattern here.
I know, right?
Compound interest is like the secret weapon
It's like magic.
of financial success.
It really is.
Okay, so we get it. Start early,
Mm.
even if it's with a small amount.
Yes.
But where do you even begin?
Okay, so
What are the actual mechanics of investing?
Lowry provides clear explanations of key investing concepts
Okay.
like asset allocation, diversification, and risk tolerance,
Right.
making the whole world of investing much less intimidating.
Okay, so it's not about picking individual stocks
No, not necessarily.
or trying to time the market perfectly.
No, that's too stressful.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So Lowry suggests opting for low-cost index funds. Index funds. I've heard that term thrown around a lot,
They're popular.
but I'm still not entirely sure what they are.
Okay, so think of an index fund as a basket of stocks
Okay.
that tracks a specific market index,
Okay.
like the S&P 500.
Okay.
Instead of trying to pick individual winners,
Right.
you're essentially investing in a broad slice of the market.
That makes sense.
It's like diversifying your dating pool.
Okay, I like that analogy.
Yeah, instead of putting all your eggs in one basket.
Yeah, good strategy.
Yeah.
But what about those market ups and downs?
Yeah.
It's scary to think about losing your hard-earned money.
I know, it is, but Lowry acknowledges that market fluctuations are inevitable.
Right.
But she stresses the importance of staying calm
Okay.
and riding out those bumps.
Okay.
She reminds readers that investing is a long-term game
Okay.
and that panic selling can seriously erode your potential gains.
So it's like weathering those relationship storms.
Totally.
You don't jump ship at the first sign of choppy waters.
Exactly.
You ride it out
Write it out.
and trust that calmer seas are ahead.
Exactly.
And speaking of long-term planning,
Yeah.
Let's talk about retirement.
Retirement.
It might feel ages away,
It does.
but Lowry dedicates a whole chapter
She does.
to demystifying retirement savings options.
Yeah.
Retirement, the word that used to make my eyes glaze over.
I know, right?
But I have a feeling Lowry makes it a bit more digestible.
Oh, she does. She really does.
Okay, good.
She breaks down the different types of retirement accounts,
All right.
like 401ks,
Okay.
IRAs,
Okay.
Roth IRAs,
Yeah.
explaining their benefits and contribution limits.
Okay, but hold on.
Yeah,
I barely understand the difference between a debit card and a credit card.
I hear you.
How am I supposed to navigate the world of retirement accounts?
Okay, so don't worry. Lowry makes it easy to understand.
Okay, good.
She uses clear language
Okay,
and avoids all that technical jargon.
that's good.
Yeah.
She even emphasizes the importance of taking advantage of employer matches
Yes.
when available.
It's free money towards your retirement.
Free money. Now you're talking my language.
Free money is the best money.
But what about those vesting schedules I've heard about?
Yes. The fine print.
The fine print.
Lowry explains how vesting works
Okay.
and why it's crucial to understand when you fully own your employer's contributions.
Okay.
She also strongly advises against cashing out your 401k when switching jobs,
Okay.
explaining the potential tax implications and penalties.
It's like resisting the urge to eat all the marshmallows before the experiment is over.
Exactly.
Delaying gratification for bigger rewards later on.
So true.
Okay, so let's say we've got our retirement accounts set up.
Okay.
How do we choose investments within those accounts?
Okay, so Lowry provides practical tips
Okay.
for diversifying your portfolio,
Okay.
considering your risk tolerance,
Okay.
and selecting low-cost index funds,
Index funds again.
even within your retirement account.
So even within our retirement accounts,
Yes.
we can apply those same investing principles we discussed earlier. Diversification, index funds.
Staying calm during market fluctuations.
Staying calm, it's all connected.
It's all connected.
I like that.
She also emphasizes the importance of regularly reviewing and rebalancing your retirement portfolio,
Okay.
adjusting your investments as you age and approach retirement.
So it's like giving your retirement plan a regular checkup
Exactly.
to make sure it's still on track.
Yeah, you got to stay on top of it.
But let's be real.
Okay.
Navigating all this financial stuff can feel overwhelming,
It can.
even with Lowry's guidance.
Yeah.
Is there a point where we should just throw in the towel and call in the experts?
Totally.
Okay.
Lowry actually dedicates a whole section to seeking professional financial advice,
Okay.
recognizing that sometimes we need a trusted guide in our corner.
Okay. So when do you know it's time to call in reinforcements?
Good question.
And how do you even find a financial advisor you can trust? I feel like there are so many out there.
There are a lot, so Lowry emphasizes the importance of working with a fee-only certified financial planner,
Okay.
a CFP,
Okay.
who is held to a fiduciary standard,
Okay.
meaning they're legally obligated to act in your best interests.
So it's like finding a doctor or therapist.
Totally.
You want someone qualified,
Yes.
trustworthy,
Yeah. Trustworthy.
and who understands your specific needs.
Exactly.
And she provides a checklist of red flags to watch out for.
She does.
Like high-pressure sales tactics, unclear fee structures,
Yeah.
or a lack of transparency about their credentials or experience.
Yeah, you got to do your research.
So we're looking for someone who's transparent, ethical,
Ethical.
and who genuinely cares about helping us achieve our financial goals.
Absolutely.
But what about the cost of financial planning?
Yeah.
Can regular folks like us even afford it?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
And Lowry acknowledges that the cost can vary widely, but she suggests using advisor networks like XY Planning, Garrett Planning,
Okay.
or the National Association of Personal Finance Advisors, or NFPFA,
Okay.
to find fee-only CFPs who cater to a range of budgets.
So it's like finding a gym membership that fits your budget and lifestyle.
Exactly.
There are options out there for everyone.
There are.
Well, we've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive.
We have.
From tackling those millennial money anxieties to mastering the art of budgeting, slaying the debt monster, and navigating those awkward money conversations
Those are always fun.
with friends and loved ones.
Yeah.
We've explored the ins and outs of credit,
Yes.
demystified the world of investing, and even dipped our toes into the complexities of retirement planning.
Retirement.
And we've learned that seeking professional guidance can be a game changer
Absolutely.
when you need a little extra support.
Support is key.
But as Erin Lowry reminds us,
Yeah.
financial empowerment is an ongoing journey.
It's not a destination.
It's a process.
We're constantly learning,
Learning.
evolving,
Yeah.
and adjusting our approach to money.
It's always changing.
It's like that saying, the only constant is change.
So true.
So what's the biggest takeaway
from
this deep dive into broke millennial?
I think the biggest takeaway is that financial freedom is attainable for everyone.
Okay.
It's about taking those small steps,
Right.
building good habits,
Right.
and making conscious choices with your money.
It's not about deprivation or perfection. It's about progress.
Absolutely.
Finding what works for you.
Exactly.
And remember, you don't have to do it all alone.
You don't. There are resources out there.
It feels like we've climbed a financial mountain in this deep dive.
We have.
But now we're at the summit ready to take action.
Yes, let's do it.
What's one small step our listener can take today?
Okay, so
Inspired by broke millennial.
it could be something as simple as calculating one of those financial benchmarks we discussed.
Like knowing your emergency fund ratio
Right.
or your net worth can be incredibly empowering.
Yeah.
It's like shining a light on your financial landscape so you can start making informed decisions.
It's like finally getting those blurry contact lenses replaced
Yes.
with a crisp, clear prescription.
I like that.
Suddenly the world comes into focus.
Yeah.
Or maybe today's the day our listener tackles that budget they've been putting off.
Oh, yes. The dreaded budget.
Lowry's got a whole buffet of budgeting methods.
She does. There's one out there for everyone.
So there's bound to be one that clicks.
For sure.
And remember, it's not about deprivation.
No.
It's about aligning your spending with your values and goals.
Exactly. It's about being intentional with your money.
It's like creating a personalized spending plan that reflects your priorities,
Yes.
not some cookie-cutter approach.
I love that.
What if our listener is ready to level up their savings game?
Okay, so automating deposits is a game changer.
Oh, yeah.
Set it and forget it. And watch your savings grow effortlessly.
I like it.
Or maybe they could open a dedicated savings account for a specific goal, like a dream vacation.
Right.
Or that down payment on a fixer-upper.
It's like giving your savings a designated lane to zoom towards the finish line.
I love that visual.
And for those feeling extra ambitious,
Okay.
maybe it's time to face that debt head on.
Debt, the big D.
Even small extra payments can make a big difference over time.
Oh, for sure.
Remember those debt slaying strategies, the snowball and the avalanche methods?
Yes, pick your weapon.
Choose the one that resonates.
Yeah.
And commit to chipping away at that debt bit by bit.
Consistency is key.
It's like those video games where you chip away at the boss's health bar one tack at a time.
Love that analogy.
Every little bit counts.
It does.
And what about those listeners who are ready to dip their toes into the investing pool?
Okay, so start by contributing to your employer's retirement plan,
Okay.
especially if they offer a match. It's essentially free money toward your future.
Who doesn't love free money?
The best kind of money.
It's like finding a $20 bill tucked away in your old winter coat.
Best feeling.
But if our listener is feeling overwhelmed or just needs a little extra guidance,
Yeah,
they can always call in the experts.
always a good idea.
Finding a fee-only certified financial planner can be a game changer.
It can be.
They can help you create a personalized plan that aligns with your unique circumstances and goals.
Exactly.
It's like having a financial coach in your corner cheering you on every step of the way.
I love that. A financial cheerleader.
Erin Lowry leaves us with a final thought that really stuck with me.
Oh yeah, what's that?
You don't need to understand everything about investing before you start.
So true.
The most important step is to simply begin.
Action is key.
It's a reminder that action, even imperfect action,
Yes.
is key to progress.
It's all about progress, not perfection.
Don't let fear or uncertainty paralyze you.
No, don't let those fears hold you back.
Take that first step and watch your financial confidence soar.
You got this.
So what resonated most with you from our Broke Millennial deep dive?
I think for me, it was just a reminder that personal finance is personal.
Yeah,
There's no one-size-fits-all approach.
totally.
It's about finding what works for you,
Yeah.
your values, your goals,
Yeah.
and your unique circumstances.
We'd love to hear your thoughts, experiences, and aha moments.
Yeah, share with
Head over to our social media platform
Yes.
and share your financial wins, challenges, and any burning questions you still have.
We're here to support you.
Remember, you're not alone on this journey.
You're not. We're all in this together.
We're all in this together, striving for financial well-being
Yes.
and a future where money is a source of empowerment,
Empowerment.
not anxiety.
Yes, I love it.
Till next time, keep diving deep,
Keep diving.
keep learning,
Keep learning.
keep those financial fires burning.
Burn, baby, burn.